Om få timer så kommer du til å legge deg, og da kommer du helt sikkert til å drømme. Men har du tenkt over hvor mye drømmene påvirker livet ditt? I dag så skal vi møte Hollywood-skuespiller Leonardo DiCaprio, som aktuell med en film, Inception, som handler om akkurat det.
There's one thing you should know about me. I specialize in a very specific type of security. Subconscious security.
You're talking about dreams?
Dreams feel real while we're in them. It's only when we wake up that we realize something is actually strange.
Leonardo DiCaprio, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you too.
How can our dreams take control of our lives in the ordinary world, you think?
I don't think they can necessarily take control of them, but I did a lot of research on the history of the analysis of dreams and read up on Freud, and I don't think there's an exact science to it. I don't think that things necessarily always are synonymous with symbolic things we see in the dream world that necessarily mean things in the real world, but they are about things we suppress. We do suppress emotions, we do suppress thoughts or ideas that during that state of unconscious sort of they go off in a lot of different directions, and it's up to us to interpret that the way we want and learn something from it, certainly.
When you wake up and the dream is there, how much do you put in that dream the day after?
Well, most of the time it's about ideas that I have when I first wake up. I think when you're not completely busy making other plans and concentrating on 1,000 different things, your mind kind of gets to this very relaxed place of peace. And when you wake up, sometimes some of my best ideas about my life or my work come about immediately, and I write them down because they're important things to pay attention to.
We create the world of the dream. We bring the subject into that dream, and they fill it with their secrets.
Then you break in and steal it.
Well, it's not strictly speaking legal.
It's called Inception.
When do you think we will be able to infiltrate the mind and take control of our dreams, like you do in the movie?
Well, I think Chris knows this is definitely science fiction, so being able to manipulate somebody's mind through the world of the subconscious is something we definitely can't do today. But look at how we've progressed, the human race has progressed in the last 100 years, what we've been able to accomplish. You never know. We're able to manipulate things with our mind right now automatically. They have video games coming out that are going to be completely manipulated by the mind. I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility that something like this could occur in the future. But then again, I'm not a neuroscientist. You'd have to ask what.
But if you could create your own world within your dreams, what kind of world would that be?
The truth is, it's not as interesting to me as the real world, because I'd like to see some massive changes happen in the world we live in. I'd love to see we as human beings progress and be in harmony with the planet we live in harmony with each other. That's way more interesting to me. The dream world, for me, is a place of contemplating stuff about ourselves and maybe, enjoying a dream on occasion and having a nightmare, but it's about self-analysis less than the dream world that we live in, which is the real world, I believe. I mean, that's far more important in it.
You mentioned Freud. And do you have any dreams from when you were a child that has occurred several times in your mind?
I had a dream recently where I knew I was dreaming, and I got to manipulate the environment around me, and that was, and I didn't know where I got that information from, or the fact that you could, create the world of the dream just from your mind and manipulate the people in it.
What
and
kind of dream was that?
It came from this movie, and I didn't remember that I did this movie, and I was in there manipulating the situation. It was pretty fascinating.